So you are 38 weeks pregnant, feeling super heavy, impatient, and just hoping that the labor will start on its own before your due date? Well, you're at the right place. Today, we'll be looking at 4 natural tips that may help you to get labor started on its own. While there are no sure-shot ways which can guarantee that the labor will start, there are certain activities that you can do that will help in preparing your body and maybe help nudging the labor to come. I'll also be talking about whether these activities are backed by any research. So mama, let's get started. The first one is walking and physical activity. Movement can actually get the baby to settle lower into the pelvis, and this engagement of the baby's head into the pelvis starts putting pressure on the cervix, which causes the cervix to become soft and the labor to start naturally. So try these activities on a daily basis in the lead up to your labor. First is walking 20 to 30 minutes daily, then stair climbing in a sideways motion which opens the mid part of the pelvis. Then there are birth ball exercises like pelvic tilts, hip rolls, and then there are exercises for opening the pelvis which are duck walks. So I have separate videos for birth ball exercises and exercises that will help in inducing labor and getting the baby engaged, and I'll link up these exercises below. So there are no large randomized studies which can actually directly link walking and physical activity directly to inducing labor. However, observational studies have seen that women who are more physically active go into natural labor closer to their due date and have shorter labors as well. I did all of these activities and went into spontaneous labor on my due date. Plus, it is safe for most pregnancies and it keeps your mood up and the blood flowing, so there is no harm trying. Next is nipple stimulation. Nipple stimulation basically helps in releasing oxytocin, which is the same hormone that helps in starting uterine contractions during labor. So how to do it? Basically, you are going to massage the areola, that is the space around the nipple, not just the nipple, but the space around the nipple in circular motion for 5 minutes. And then you rest for 15 minutes and then you do the other side. You have to do this about 3 times a day and you have to wait at least 3 days to see any result. A small Japanese study showed that women who did nipple stimulation were more likely to go into labor within 3 days versus those who didn't. Nipple stimulation can also be used to help make the contraction stronger once you're already in labor. However, it is advised that you try nipple stimulation to induce labor only after you get a go-ahead from your doctor. Next is consuming certain foods and drinks. Certain foods have a long history in birth traditions. First one is dates. A small study found that women who consumed 6 dates on a daily basis for 4 weeks before their due date had higher cervical dilation and were much less likely to need medical induction. Next is spicy food. Spicy food can trigger bowel and digestion movement, which in turn can trigger uterine activity as well. I personally went into labor about 4 hours after consuming golgappas, which are like an Indian chaat, spicy Indian food, and it worked for me. Next is pineapple. Pineapple contains bromelain, which some believe can help in softening the cervix. However, there is no solid scientific proof behind this. And then there is the red raspberry leaf tea, which is thought to tone the uterus, which can start uterine contractions. However, there is no solid evidence again, and evidence is mostly anecdotal. So bottom line, dates have some scientific backing, but others are generally more backed with tradition and anecdotal evidence rather than science. However, as long as they don't cause any discomfort, it's worth a try. And finally, we have relaxation and stress reduction. Stress causes adrenaline, which actually blocks oxytocin, the hormone responsible for labor to start. In fact, there is evidence which shows that once you are in labor and you get stressed, the adrenaline can block the existing oxytocin and the labor sometimes stall. So, relaxation and staying calm is key for labor to start on its own. So, you can try some deep breathing exercises and meditation, some prenatal yoga stretches to relieve stress, take a warm bath, and listen to some nice music to relieve stress. Even if these don't work directly, they will help your body to work better when the contractions actually start on their own. Remember, your body and your baby know when it's the right time. While these tips may help encourage the labor to start, there are no guarantees. Remember to always get a go-ahead from your doctor before you start anything new, especially if you have any pregnancy complications. Wishing you a smooth and healthy birthing journey.